Hi, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, we will talk about the introduction to parametric equation.
Okay, so let us consider this some kind of graph here, and let's consider, for example, that a particle, let's say this one is a particle, moving along the curve where the x and y coordinates vary with respect to time. So let's say, for example, at a given time t, the particle is somewhere here. Or another time, let's say t sub 1, the particle is somewhere here. Okay, so in this case, the curve cannot be expressed as the graph of an equation of the form y equals f of x. So we cannot express on that since, first things first, pag nag-vertical line test ka, nag-fail siya. So, di ba yung function natin, it is shown to be function if it only intersect once on the graph, yung vertical line na yon. So, in this case, it is not possible to find a single equation relating to x coordinate. So, sometimes, medyo ano kasi, sometimes parang imposible to find a single equation relating to x coordinate and y coordinate of the position of the particle at a given time. But in the event like this, we can always express the coordinates of the particle's position as the function of time t. So in this case, instead of writing this function, kasi hindi naman pwede, we can actually express x equals x of t and then y equals y of t. So in this case, we can express the coordinates of the particle's position as the function of time t. Okay. Now, if we are going to express in the form like this, then we do the parameterizing of this curve, this one. So in this case, this is a parameterization, and the equation defining x and y as the functions of t, we call that as parametric curves. Okay, so this one is a parametric curve. And in this case, because our t here as a representation as of time, we call this t as our parameter. So in this case as well, for a given curve, this one, we call this as parametric curve. In this case, if you have this parametric curve, then this parametric curve can be always traced. So this one is traced, which is according to the increasing values of parameter. So as t increases, we can always trace the position. Let us say, for example, given in this part here, burahin ko lang to. Let us say if our t here is in the interval AB, your AB here is a subset of the domain. This one is always a subset of the domain of your x of t, and also a subset of the domain of y of t. Then this one, kunyari, let's say, di ba tatakbo yung t natin? Okay. So, for a given value, magkakaroon tayo ng, let's say, point here. So, this, for a given value, we have x of a, y of a. So, that means when t is equal to a, then this one is what we call the initial point. Now, let's say, for example, if in the interval AB, we can actually get a point here. Let's say, eto, kukuha tayo ng x of b, y of b, then that will be our terminal point. So, these are the initial and the terminal points of the parametric curve, respectively. Okay, so let's consider for illustration. Let's say we have a curve C, and our curve C here is defined as x equals t and y equals t squared. Okay, so in this case, your t here is a real number. Now, given with this information, we can actually get the value by putting some initial table here. Let's say this is our t and our ordered pair x, y. Okay, so given by this curve definition, ang kukunin natin a corresponding value when you have a value of t. So let's say for example, gusto ko lang kunin yung -2, let's say -1, 0, 1, 2. Sige, let's do that one. So when t is -2, of course, t is equal to x according to this definition. So therefore, the value is -2. But when t is -2 in the value for the value of y, it becomes square, di ba? So magiging 4. When t is -1, your x is also -1, but this is 1. When t is 0, you have 0 as well. When t is 1, you get 1 as well. And when t is 2, you get 4. How do we actually get the graph of this? So, ipa-plot mo lang siya. Gaya nung ipa-plot ka sa mga rectangular equation mo. Let's say, this one. We have point 0, 0. We have point 1. So, 1, 1. Okay, so mga somewhere here, no? And then -1, 1. And then we also have 2, 4. So, assuming dito yung mga 4 banda. -2, 4 din. Yan. So if you connect that, so as you can see, it actually shows a parabola that opens up. The Cartesian representation of this parametric equation is actually a parabola. By this illustration, we would have the following remarks of observation on our discussion. So first is, kung nakikita mo kanina, if this is a representation, a graph representation of your parametric curve, this one, kung nakikita mo, you can always actually get the orientation. So, therefore, the curve given by the set of parametric equation has an orientation. Okay. Number two, yung parameterization natin, as you can see, because we are actually getting some arbitrary values of t, then you actually get a fixed value of your ordered pair xy. So when you get -2 of t, so magkakaroon ka ng -2, 4, and so on. So that means that will actually vary for a certain value of t. So in this case, our parameterization is of a given curve is not unique. So hindi siya talaga unique. So that means starting from the set of parametric equation, eliminating the parameter gives the Cartesian equation of the curve. However, the corresponding Cartesian curve may have points which are not on the parametric curve. Now, let's consider another example. Our points here as A, which is 0, 1, and our B, which is 3, 7. The question here or the goal here is we parameterize the line through A and B. So these are the points, di ba? So 2 points determine a line according to our analytic geometry before or calculus 1 or pre-calculus ata. If you have 2 points, then these 2 points can determine a line. So let's parameterize this one. Okay, so using the line segment. Remember, hindi ko na lang to i-formal ha. Magdadrop na lang ako. Kayo nang bahala mag-formalize. Now, using the 2-point form of a line, remember these are 2 points. So, magkakaroon ako ng y minus 1 equals 7 minus 1 over 3 minus 0 x minus 0. So, sa mga hindi nakakaalala, recall that you can have y minus y sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times x minus x sub 1. Okay, so ikaw bahala kung anong i-assign mong y sub 1, x sub 1, y sub 1, or and x sub 2, y sub 2. Ikaw bahala din. It doesn't matter. It will actually lead you to the same equation of the line. So therefore, kung is-simplify ko yan, kahayo nang bahala mag-simplify, this is basic algebra, we get y equals 2x plus 1. Our goal is to parameterize. Tama? So that means we set x equals t. So we can parameterize through AB, line AB. So we have x equals t. And in this case, our y here is 2t plus 1. And your t here is a real number. Okay. So the line segment from A to B is parameterized by making an appropriate restriction on the parameter t. So in this case, since t is equal to x is equal to t, so ang mangyayari dito, your x here varies from 0 to 3. Kasi 'di ba, your points here is your x sub your x is 0 and the other x is 3. So it varies from 0 to 3. So we have x equals t, y equals 2t plus 1. So your t here is in the closed interval 0 to 3. So this is now your parameterization. Okay, so let's have another example. I have to sketch the graph. This is your curve here. Your curve is defined as x equals 2 cosine t, okay? And your y is 2 sine t. Okay, now your t here ranges from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so let's be careful about that. So since meron tayong domain, yung domain natin is from the closed interval 0 to 2 pi, we can get the table here. So t, let's have 0, let's have pi over 4, pi over 2, ano pa? Let's have pi, ano pa? We also have 3 pi over 2, and then we also have 2 pi. Okay, so we all have the ordered pair xy. Okay, you may use your calculator, but I suggest you don't want to kasi sa klase ko din naman, hindi ko naman pinapayagan mga estudyante ko to use calculator for this type of subject. This is just basic calculus anyway. So anyway, if we want to solve this because our t here is 0, so when t is 0, that means x is equal to 2 cosine 0, which is 1. So your x is 2. When t is 0, so your y is 2 sine 0, which is 0. When this is pi over 4, so remember your cosine pi over 4 is square root of 2 over 2. So multiplied by 2 for x, so that becomes square root of 2. And then same lang naman yung cosine of pi over 4 at sine of pi over 4. So that's also square root of 2. For pi over 2, for x is x cosine of pi over 2, which is 0. So therefore this is 0. But your y here is 2 sine pi over 2, so that is 1, so you get 2. So when this is pi, that is x is equal to 2 cosine pi, so that is negative 1. So 2 times negative 1, you get negative 2. Yung y naman natin, sine of pi is 0 eh. When you also have 3 pi over 2, ang 3 pi over 2 natin that is, correct me if I'm wrong, that's 270 degrees naman yan. So yung cosine is 0. So this is 0. But your sine becomes negative 1. So this is negative 2. And lastly, you have 2 pi. So 2 pi is actually equivalent to 0 degree. So you have 2, 0. So how do we graph on that? Okay, so let's have now the plotting of these values. Meron tayong 2, 0, 0, 2. We also have negative 2, 0. So mga ganito, assuming perfect yung pagkaka-plot ko yung drawing. And then this is 0, negative 2. Ganyan. I-read ko sila. So eto sila. Yan. And then for the corresponding value, meron tayong square root of 2, square root of 2. So that is mga ganito siguro. So, kung iti-trace mo, i-connect mo yan, pag ganito siya eh. Assuming I have a perfect drawing, pasensya na. Ganyan. So, therefore, this is just a circle. Although it doesn't look like a circle in the drawing, but it's actually a circle of radius 2. So, therefore, this parametric curve is actually a parametric curve of a circle of radius 2. It ranges from 0 to 2 pi. So, ibig sabihin yung direction niya is pa ganun. So, this is a parametric curve of a circle traced. Paano nagtitrace? Counterclockwise. Your initial point starting here is also a terminal point. So, at to 0. I will leave this to you as exercise. Our next example is if your x is equal to 2 sine t and your y is equal to 2 cosine t. Your t here, by the way, is ranges from 0 to 2 pi. So actually, this is a representation as well of a circle. However, yung trace niya is pabaliktad ulit. So yung eto kanina, this is counterclockwise. So this one is also a clockwise. I mean, it's also a circle, but it's a clockwise direction. Okay, so let's have another example. Let's say our parametric curve C is defined by x equals 3 cosine t and your y is 2 sine t. Actually, magkaka-idea na tayo dito if we have already the knowledge of analytic geometry. So, yung kinuha nyo dati back few semesters ago kung kumuha na kayo ng pre-calculus or analytic geometry or even calculus 1, na-discuss na to kasi upon looking to this equation, alam na alam mo kung ano yung itsura niya. Kasi if you compare that to the previous example, this one gives you a circle. So this one gives you totally different, but it's closest to a circle. Okay, now, bakit? Okay, so let's try to simplify this first. Now, remember, this is x is equal to 3 cosine t. So therefore, I can write this first one here. Nakadrop lang ha, hindi siya formal. Kayo na mahala mag-formal. X equal over 3 equals cosine of t. And similarly, this one here, I can write that as y over 2 equals sine t. Yan. Now, we know for a fact that if cosine squared t plus sine squared t, if we want to add that, you get 1. Diba? So, cosine squared t plus sine squared t, that is equal to 1. Tama? And dahil alam mo that cosine t here, by virtue of this equation, you can actually equate that into x over 3 squared plus eto naman, that is y over 2 squared. Now, if you want to simplify this, etong part na to, if i-simplify ko yan, magiging x squared over 9, tama ba? And this is y squared over 4, which is equal to 1. Ano to? If you're familiar with this from analytic geom or calculus 1, di ba this is actually an equation of ellipse? Di ba? This is an equation of ellipse elongated horizontally. So basically, ang mangyayari, the center here, kasi wala namang partner ang x and y diyan. So the center of your ellipse is 0, 0. The length of the major axis, so this is major axis, yung length niya is, di ba 9, 2. So ibig sabihin the positive square root is 3 times 2, so you get 6. And the length of the minor axis, positive square root ng 4, you get 2 times 2, you get 4. Okay. So in other words, if you want to plot on that, di ba, 0, 0 is the center. So yung length ng major axis, naka-elongated siya horizontally kasi yung pinakamalaking denominator is along x. So ibig sabihin, yung length ng major axis is 3, so 6 rather. So you have 3 units both sides of your center. And similarly, for the minor axis, that is 2 both sides. Ganyan. So if you connect that, pag ganito siya. Ay, sorry. Dapat maganda yung draw. Sorry, ito na lang makayanan kong drawing. So parang ganun. So that is an equation of the ellipse. Let's consider last example. Let's say you have the curve. In this case, your curve here is, ano ba? Let's say our x is equal to gosh t or hyperbolic cosine of t. And then you also have y equals sinh t or hyperbolic sine of t. So in this case, your t here is any real number. Okay, now if you notice, remember back in your calculus 1, your cosine squared of t, I mean hyperbolic cosine squared of t minus hyperbolic sine squared of t. That means alam na alam mo yan that is x squared minus y squared. And in this case, if this is equal to 1, because this one is equal to 1 minus for the hyperbolic case, ang etong equation na to is, remember, this is equation of hyperbola. Diba? So this is hyperbola with center at 0, 0. The distance from the vertices, two vertices, is actually 2. Kasi yung denominator naman dito is 1 eh. So that is times 2, so you get 2. So therefore, magkakaroon tayo ng hyperbola. Now remember, your hyperbolic cosine of t, as you can see, your t here is any real number, and this hyperbolic cosine of t is always 0. That is for all t in R. Sige, kahit i-check mo pa yan, this is always greater than 0. So, we only consider the portion of hyperbola where x is greater than 0. So, in this case, yung branch ng hyperbola natin is only on the positive side. So, remember, this is hyperbola that is oriented on the horizontal side. So, let's say this is 1. Ito yung hyperbola natin. Diba? So, yung isa naman, pag ganon. Yan. Pero our only interest is this one. Kasi yung hyperbolic cosine natin is 0. Is greater than 0. So guys, if you have any questions or clarifications, please let me know.
Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. So, if you have any questions or clarification, please let me know. And for those who are new to my channel, please subscribe so that you'll be updated on the videos that I'll be uploading very soon. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Have a great day.